I bought 30 books in a month where I only read 3 books. Hello bookish people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. In today's video we are going to be doing my March book haul a little bit late. Usually I get these up the month, but like I didn't, okay? I'm sorry. I was going through a lot in March. Anyway, March book haul. These are all the books I bought in March. You know, although I only read 3 books in March, that did not stop me from buying 1, 2. Oh my god, I literally bought 30 books. I bought 30 books in a month where I only read 3 books. What is wrong with me? We shall never know. Okay, you know what? Buying books is way more fun sometimes. And sometimes, even when you're feeling slumpish, you're just gonna buy some books. So yeah, these are all the books that I bought. And I would have to say, not a lot of them were retail books at all. I think a majority of the 24 books that I bought were thrifted, which... amazing. We love that. So yeah, let's get into everything that I bought. The first book, these are actually really not in any specific order from when I got them in the month. They're all stacked here. Okay, let's start with the first one. The first one is called On the Honey Side by Stacey Hart. This one I actually got for Goodwill for $2.99, and it is a grumpy sunshine romance, literally grumpy sunshine. There you go. It is a KU book, I believe, and so it's definitely one of those KU books where someone bought it, you know, the physical copy of it. It's not one that's sold at Barnes & Noble because it is self-published, so it's really cool to come across like these self-published romance books like thrifted, because I feel like it's very rare to thrift, especially like a self-published book like this. Usually, you know, if you're gonna thrift a romance, it's usually gonna be something that's like mass-produced at like Barnes & Noble or something. So yeah, I was very excited to find this book, and very excited to read it as well. So yeah, we have On the Honey Side, adorable cover, grumpy sunshine book, and I love a good grumpy sunshine. So yeah, we have this one. And next one we have is a Ricochet, which is part of the Addicted series. I don't know which number this is in the series. I don't know anything about Christina and Becca Ritchie. I don't know anything about the Addicted series. I think there's like, is the Calloway series part of the Addicted series? I don't know. I just hear those terms a lot. They're definitely ones that I've seen like all over BookTube, Book Talk, and all the romance like side of bookish content, and they're ones I've been wanting to read. And you know what, you guys, I picked this up, right, and it literally says as a sex addict. So I was like, wait, that's what Addicted means? That's what the Addicted series is about? I didn't realize that till I got home, and I'm happy I didn't realize that until I got home, because I would have been so like embarrassed like bringing this to the counter at the thrift store and having this sweet old lady check me out, like check out my books, and then on the back it says a sex addict. Okay, you know, because it came from a church store. So, you know, but whatever, we bought it, we love it. I'm excited to read this one. I'm excited to read the whole series, to be honest, but do I read this one first, or should I read other ones in order? I don't know. You guys tell me when I should read this, okay? Tell me the order of these books and when I need to read each one. Next one I picked up is called The End of Her by Sherry Lapina. So I have read 3 of her books, and her books have gone in order of this. The first one was a 3-star, the second one was a 4-star, and then the third one I read by her was a 5-star. So she's kind of has her all over the place ratings, but I would say overall on the positive side. And so this is her 2021 release. I don't know what it's about, but I'm very excited to read it because I've loved her previous work. Okay, the next 2 books I bought are actually pretty exciting. So we have 2 Agatha Christie books that I have been wanting to read, and I haven't found the physical copies yet. I thrifted both of these this month. So we have And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, super classic book by her that I just feel like everyone has to read it, right? There's so many retellings based on it. It has someone's like name like written on the front, but like no one can see it. Okay, when it's on my bookshelf, all you see is the spine. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this one. It's just, again, a classic, so many retellings based on it, so I have to read it. And then we have Death on the Nile, which I actually watched the movie with Gal Gadot, and I'm very excited to read this one because I watched the movie, I really enjoyed the movie, and I wanted to read the book before I watched the movie, but my boyfriend was being impatient. He was like, I'm not waiting for you to read a whole book. I'm like, it's gonna take me a day to read the book, okay? But like, he was feeling impatient. We watched the movie anyway. Okay, it's fine. That was a while ago. I don't even remember who the killer is. So you know, I'm gonna go into this essentially kind of blind, maybe. I don't know. I'll probably start. The details will come back to me as I'm reading it, but regardless, I want to read it, and yeah, we have it. Next book I picked up is a classic that I already own, but I found this gorgeous edition for, it was definitely under $4. Or it was $4. I don't remember, but I know I didn't pay more than $4, and it is A Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. Actually, I think it might have been $2 because it was in the kids section. I don't know. I don't remember. But again, I paid really cheap prices. That's the point, okay? And look at this gorgeous edition of this book. Like, it is stunning. I had Treasure Island in my February TBR, so if you saw that video, you saw the paperback I have, and look at this. We got the gold edges. We have this like leather, like embossed, like prettiness. Oh my god, I'm just obsessed. And this is a classic I actually been really wanting to read because it's like a pirate story, and that sounds really fun to me, and this edition is just absolutely stunning. The next book I picked up is one I've actually already read, and I read it via audiobook, and I've been wanting to find the physical edition of it, and I finally did, and that is Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Manansala, and this is actually the Book of the Month edition. So this one was a April 2021 Book of the Month selection, and this is part of Tita Rosie's Kitchen Mystery Series. There's 3 books in the series so far. I've read all 3, really enjoyed them. I've listened to them via audiobook, and this is one I've been wanting to do a reread of. I remember really enjoying it the first time, and I feel like I'm really going to enjoy it the second time as well. So yeah, we have Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Manansala. The next 2 books I have are my March Book of the Month selections. So in March, I picked The London Sand Society by Sarah Penner, which I kind of went over the synopsis of this book in my March predictions video. I really loved The Lost Apothecary, which is the previous book this author wrote, and I'm probably gonna really love this one too. This is it's a historical fiction, and it has to do with like a seance, right? And that just sounds like a really fun premise, really cool cover. Again, love the first one by her, so I'm very excited to read this one. And then the next book I picked as part of my March selections is The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty, and this is a like pirate adventure fantasy story, and after reading Trust in the Emerald Sea, I've just been dying for another pirate adventure fantasy story, and this is definitely going to be the one that I'm going to read next. I am so excited about this book. I was really hoping this was going to be a Book of the Month selection. I had it in my Book of the Month predictions, but even when I was like putting it in my predictions, I was looking at it as more of a hopeful and not like, oh, I know this is definitely going to be in it. And I was so excited when it actually was in the selections. So yeah, I am very, very excited to read this one. This is one I feel like has a lot of hype behind it too. I feel like a lot of booktubers I watch that are fantasy booktubers have been like hyping this book up or just like talking about how they're excited to read it. So am I. Here we go. So here is the other book, The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. Next book I picked up is called You're Invited by Amanda Jayatisa, and this one is a book that I actually thrifted, which is funny because it was a July 2022 pick. So, you know, I always love finding like books that have been released in the past year at the thrift store. I'm like more likely to pick them up. And yeah, so this one, I remember this being a Book of the Month selection. I almost picked it, but my box was maxed out. I didn't have room for it, and it is just a mystery thriller. But to be honest, I prefer to get my mystery thriller books from the thrift store because it seems to be one of those genres that people read them and donate them immediately. Like I find a lot of like new release mystery thrillers at the thrift store, and I think it's because once you read it, it's like you're not going to want to reread it, so people just kind of donate them, because that's like, I'm telling you, the most new release genre that I find is mystery thriller. So yeah, I am very excited to read this one. And what was my point of it? Oh yeah, my point is I like to thrift mystery thrillers because you could just find them easily. So yeah, here we go. We found this one, excited to read it. The next book I picked up, I am so excited about because this is a book that's been on my radar for a while, and that is The School for Good Mothers by Jessamine Chan. And this one, I don't really remember the premise of it. I think it's like a school for good mothers, right? But it's a very like dystopian future. So I don't know like what genre it is. Is it like literary fiction? Is it a little bit of fantasy? I don't really know. Actually, I don't think it's fantasy at all. I think if anything, it's more like lit fic and mystery thriller, maybe a little bit of that as well. I'm not really sure, but I remember ever since this book came out, it's been on my radar. Again, I kind of wait to find things at the thrift store. I finally found it at the thrift store, and not only did I find it, I found a hardcover edition, which makes me super happy. Although one of the booktubers I really enjoy watching, Katie Coulson, like does not like this book. I think she gave this a bad rating, so but I might like it, because also we don't necessarily always have the same taste, right? Just because someone else doesn't like it doesn't mean you won't like it. But yeah, I was very excited to find it, and even if like I've been wanting to read a book and I see bad reviews on it, but then I find it for $2, I'm most likely going to pick it up for that $2, okay, and read it myself. So yeah, very excited to read this one, and I just love the cover of it, and I think that's what really draws me to it, is the pink, stunning, minimalistic cover. Next one is another one that I was super excited to find at the thrift store, because this is another new release book, and that is Secluded Cabin Sleep 6 by Lisa Unger. I want to see when this came out, because when I say this is new release, I mean like a 2023 release, and I found it in March, okay? Oh, it says copyright 2022. Okay, I guess I was wrong, but I feel like this came out so recently. Like, I don't know why I feel like it did. But anyway, so this is Secluded Cabin Sleep 6 by Lisa Unger. I remember I put this in a Book of the Month predictions video, I believe. It didn't actually end up being a pick, but regardless, I was really intrigued by the premise of it. I was really going to be excited if it was a pick. I think even in the video, I was like, it's a hopeful, not necessarily like, you know. Anyway, so yeah, very excited to read this one. I haven't read anything by Lisa Unger before, and yeah, I think this is going to be a really fun read. And again, just so excited to find it at the thrift store. I think I paid $2 for it. The next book I picked up is called The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu. The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu. Yeah, another one that has been on my radar. Found it at the thrift store. I sound like a broken record, but it's really what it was. Okay, I found a lot of great books thrifting this month. So yeah, we have The Library of the Dead. I don't necessarily know the premise of this book. It's really funny too, because I just bought this book actually like retail, and I have a book haul coming out. A very specific book haul is coming out soon. I don't really want to spoil it, but I bought a paperback edition of this book. And then, like 2 weeks later, I found the hardcover edition, and you know what? I bought the hardcover edition at the thrift store, and I was like, you know, I know I have the paperback, but like, I'd rather have a hardcover, you know what I mean? And if you're gonna find the hardcover at a thrift store, it got at the same thrift store as this one, so it was a $2 find. You know, you're just gonna buy it. You're just gonna buy it for the $2. So yeah, very excited to read this one. It is a fantasy. It's about a library of the dead, right? Fantasy. I know I'm not really giving you guys much synopsises on any of these things, but like, I don't really necessarily know the synopsises for a lot of this stuff, and I don't know. Okay, we're just getting my thoughts and feelings why I bought things. Okay, the next one I bought is One Italian Summer by Rebecca Serle. This one, I believe, was a Book of the Month selection when it came out, or it was a Book of the Month add-on. I don't remember. But another one on my radar, found it at the thrift store eventually. And this is about a mother and daughter that go on a trip to Italy. And I am just very excited to read it. I feel like it's just going to be I think it's like a 6 or 7 hour audiobook. So it's going to be a quick read. And it's just going to be like a nice little fiction story, like a mother-daughter relationship, family drama, probably feel-good story maybe. I don't know. I'm just excited to read it. And yeah, so we have this one. I need to take this like 50% off sticker off. Like, what is this buy one get one 50 off sticker? Oh my god, already looks so much better. And you know what I do love about Barnes & Noble? Their book stickers like come off super easily. Target, their book stickers, oh my god, terrible. You can never get them off. And then they leave like residue on it, but Barnes & Noble knows how to do a book sticker that easily comes off. And the next book I thrifted this month, or the last book I thrifted this month, is The Guncle by Stephen Raleigh. I was so excited when I found this at the thrift store. Again, this is one that I wanted to read when I didn't want to read it when it came out. I didn't know it existed when it came out. I did one of my Goodreads videos. I think it was when I first started my booktube channel, and I was going over like Goodreads books, and I was like, ooh, this one's gonna be on my TBR. And I never got around to reading it, and I found it at the thrift store. Very excited. So basically it is about this gay uncle. He's the Guncle, right? The gay uncle. And something happens in his family, so he has to take his, either his brothers or his sisters, I don't know, one of his siblings. He has to take one of his siblings, 2 children, in to spend the summer with him. So it's about him being like this, I don't know, is he single? I don't know, this single fun gay uncle, and then taking on a more parental role. And it's just supposed to be a little, like a fun contemporary fiction family drama book. And I love these types of books, and it has a really cute like cartoon cover on it, and I feel like it's gonna be a good time. So very excited to read this one. And honestly, to this day, my library has a waiting list for the audiobook for this, so it's just a very popular, it's always on waiting list, so I feel like it's a good one because people just keep wanting to read it. Okay, next let's go over the books that I actually bought retail this month, which we only have 4 of them. First one is Spy Family Volume 9. This is just obviously a continuation of the Spy Family manga series. It's the only manga series I read, and I'm just absolutely obsessed with it. I love it, and I've been dying to read number 9. I bought it. I thought I was going to read it the day I bought it, but you know, life gets in the way. It didn't happen, but I am very excited to read this one. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a good time like the other ones. The next one, actually I did not buy this retail. I don't know why it's in this retail pile, but it's called The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. And Gillian Flynn, how do you pronounce her name? I'm not sure. She is the author of Sharp Objects, which I believe was a show starring Amy Schumer. She wrote Gone Girl, which isn't Neil Patrick Harris in Gone Girl. Why do I think he is? Anyway, so she's author of those books, and I never read those books. I do own them, haven't read them. I found this at a thrift store, and you know what? This says I Heart Book of the Month, special gift from our members, and I found it at the thrift store, and it's so cute. I'm obsessed with the cover. I have it sitting like this on my bookshelf because the cover is just absolutely stunning. It is so short, so I actually featured it in my April TBR. Yeah, it's literally 62 pages, okay? So I featured in my April TBR. We're getting out of my slump, and a 62-page read will just, you know, help me get out of my slump. The next book I picked up, this was one of my pre-orders, and this is Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murders by Jessie Q. Sutanto. I've loved everything I've read by Jessie Q. Sutanto. Dial A for Aunties, 4 Aunties and a Wedding. Amazing duology. And it's just such fun, wholesome, like, funny, just like chaotic crime, coziness, love it all, okay? And this is kind of a similar premise, right? Cozy mystery, but instead of following like Meddy and her 4 aunties, you're following Vera Wong, and she is our senior citizen protagonist. And I love a good senior citizen cozy mystery, okay? Thursday Murder Club just got me loving senior citizen cozy mysteries, and I'm very excited to read this one. And then the next books that I got, which I guess is like one purchase, 2 books. Okay, we have Last Call, we have Last Violin Call by Chloe Gong, which these are the 2 novellas for Foul Lady Fortune. So we have This Foul Murder, which is following Benedict and Marshall, and then we have, what is this one called? Our Foul Thing, which is featuring Juliet and Roma. So I am very excited to read both of these, and yeah, they're just so cute. Like, first of all, I love the artwork on them. They're absolutely stunning. So there's that. And this is the back of both of them. Oh my god, they're so stunning. I love them. And yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily love them on my shelf this way, so I kind of have it facing like this way, because like, you know, this way obviously looks better. But yeah, the artwork on the outside are stunning. Very excited to read these ones. I might do a reading vlog for them, because I did a reading vlog for Foul Lady Fortune, so I might have to do a reading vlog for the novellas too. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing that, because I just love this world that Chloe Gong has created, and I'm just excited to get immersed in it again. And then we're gonna get into the 3 books that Aardvark Book Club sent me, which I've shown them in my Aardvark Book Club unboxing, also my April TBR, so we'll go over them very briefly. But we have A Half-Baked Murder by Emily George, which is a cozy mystery, and it is a Cannabis Cafe cozy mystery. So it's following this girl who opens a Parisian luxury like pastry shop, but all the pastries have THC in them, so it's a Parisian edible cafe essentially in California. Of course, a death happens. Her aunt is blamed for it, so she is on the case to solve the crime. So cute little cozy mystery, really cute pink cover, so very excited to read this one. We have 48 Clues into the Disappearance of My Sister by Joyce Carol Oates, which is a mystery thriller book about a sister investigating the disappearance of her sister, right? And then as you go on, you start to learn about the sister's relationship, family drama, mystery thriller, fun times. Excited to read this one as well. And then lastly, we have The Magician's Daughter, which is a historical fantasy book following Biddy and Rowan. They're on this island, and one day Rowan goes missing, and Biddy has to travel off the island for the first time to find him. So those are those books, and if you are interested in any of Aardvark Book Club's book picks, I do have a promo code that runs up until the end of April. The promo code is my last name, Gaddis, and that will get you $4 plus free shipping on your first book. I'll have that link down in the description below, and if you choose to use my link and my promo code, I do receive a kickback from it. But $4 and free shipping for a book is just like, you can't beat it, okay? You cannot beat it. Next, we're gonna go over all the books that I bought through Kindle Daily Deals. So every day, Kindle will put certain books on sale, and you can get them for like really amazing prices, like anywhere from like 99 cents to like $4.99. I mean, some ones are like, you know, above $4.99 or whatever, but like generally those are the price ranges I stay in. And yeah, you can just find some really great books, and it's a great way to build up your ebook library. And yeah, I'm very excited to show you guys the books that I got through Kindle Daily Deals this month. Actually, I bought a lot less than I had in previous months, but I still got some really good books. And the first book I picked up is Leviathan Awakes by James S.A. Corey, which is the first book in the Expanse series. And what I love about buying these big chunky books through Kindle Daily Deals is this book is literally, let's see, 577 pages, right? So it's a big chunk of book, but I'd rather have it on my lightweight Kindle, you know, and I can read it anywhere. I can bring it with me. So honestly, I that's why I love buying bigger books on my Kindles, just because of like how convenient it is versus having like a big chunky book. But anyway, so this is a space opera book. I have no idea what this book is about. This is outside my comfort zone. It's sci-fi, but you know what? I've heard of a lot of booktubers I will watch really enjoy this book and enjoy this series, so of course I have to give it a shot. The next book I picked up is Behind the Scenes by Carlea Stets Waters, and this is a sapphic romance, and the setting for this book is kind of like the film industry and movies and Hollywood, and that just sounds like a really fun time. And I remember reading synopsis and wanting to buy it, but I don't remember what that necessarily the synopsis is of it right now. But yeah, we have Behind the Scenes. It's just a fun, cute little romance. I think it was only like $2 or like 99 cents or something, so like I just like, oh, cute romance, buy it. So yeah, that's why we own this one, okay? And I'm excited to read it. Cute little sapphic Hollywood romance story. The next books I purchased is We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but I did do text to speech on my computer, So I'm hoping that was correct pronunciation because I really don't want to mess it up. But I want to be respectful of everybody. So yeah, we have this book, We Should All Be Feminists, which is 65 pages. It is just, you know, a nonfiction book about feminism, and I'm just excited to read it. I'm just looking for, like, again, shorter nonfiction books to help me in my slump, and 65 pages, I can handle that in a slump. So here we go. And honestly, I just been wanting to read more nonfiction in general this year, especially more having to do with like feminist topics. The next book I bought this month is Heart of the Sun Warrior by Lynn Tan. I actually do own the physical edition of this book, but I wanted the Kindle edition because I thought maybe I'd read it faster if I had the ebook, because I like to read at night if anything. And so I'm always reading on my Kindle. So yeah, we have Heart of the Sun Warrior by Lynn Tan. It's a stunning cover. It's the sequel to Daughter of the Moon Goddess. It's just a beautiful duology, so I highly recommend the first book. I can't say anything about the second book, haven't read it yet, but I do recommend the first one, and yeah, very excited to read the second. And then the last book I bought through Kindle Daily Deals this month is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert, and this is the first book in the Brown Sisters trilogy, which I have not read this trilogy yet. Obviously, I'm buying the first book, but I read Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute, which is her YA romance book. Absolutely loved it. I think I rated it 4.5 stars. So yeah, I had a really good time reading it, and after reading it, I was like, I have to read her other work. Like, there's just like, I cannot like procrastinate on the Brown Sisters trilogy any longer because I loved her YA stuff. So I know that if we just take the YA stuff, right, like that same romance, we add a little bit of spice in it, make it an adult novel, oh my god, I'm gonna love it even more. And those are all the books that I thrifted, I bought retail, I bought through Kindle Daily Deals in the month of March. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!